and lovely warm welcome, as indeed all of our trainers give to our share owners. So 17,950 a share, very important colt. Thank you very much. Well shown, Sam. Now we come to the Chopin, and this is a son of Blue Point. You've seen the grey horse, he was by Blue Point. Blue Point now standing, as John and Jake said, for 100,000, top, one of Europe's best stallions, sire of Rosalian that Richard Hannon trains and many others. And this fella cost 160,000 from book one, 1,350 a share, just 15 shares, not 20 in this syndicate. This is a very special colt. It's another boring repetition, but just take a look at this fella. Johnny, talk us through him.
Yes, his dam is by Dandy Man, who's a very, very fast, powerful, muscular horse and very, very good sire in his own right. But Blue Point is all about class speed. And again, you can see how formed he is. The most beautiful conditions. You see how the muscle just literally falls over his whole skeletal formation. And so hard to explain that so few horses fall into these categories and stand just like that. That is the picture perfect stance that we're looking for. That it means all the mechanics are in the right place when they're in full flight. And he's got such a masculine head on him, that great shoulder. We've put a big emphasis on the shoulder. It's like a pendulum. The more angled the shoulder is, the more the horse, when he's in full motion, he gets a wider stretch. And back to the action business, every stride, or the less strides they take, and the bigger the stride they take, the less pressure on their whole system is. And he just fits into the category of an outstanding physical by a stallion that's going higher and higher and higher in his expectation of becoming, a world-class stallion.
He cost 160,000 from book one. Really important colt. George, again, I'm sure you saw him. I know you were winging. Jake, have you got the handheld? Sorry, Johnny. Seeing so many at the sales, but this fella definitely looks a 2-year-old, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Look, we haven't actually trained a colt for you guys yet, and when we went through the
dangerous territory,
when we went through all the horses that were signed Highclere Agency, he was actually the one that we did want to train more than any of them. But I didn't think we'd get him because he was a colt. So, look, he's a lovely horse, and as John was just saying there, stood up. He's an outstanding physical. So. I think there's only been one horse bred on the same cross out of a Dandy Man mare, and he's rated 94. Well, only one that's run so far, and he's a 6 furlong 2-year-old trained by Andrew Balding, who's rated 94. So if he can do anything like that, we're going to be in business.
Well, congratulations on your Royal Lodge winner.
Thank you.
He looks very special. 2,000 guineas right up at top of the betting for that, isn't he? Right in the top few.
Yeah, I hope so. It's nice to look. We've had some lovely horses so far, but he's the best colt that we've had, and the fillies have flown the flag for us so far. But hopefully we can have another colt to keep us going.
Well, this Dandy Man mare's produced Air Force One, a half brother to this fella, who's rated 91. The mare was rated just under 90. This fella is obviously by the sire that everybody wants right now, Blue Point. So we're delighted to have him. Johnny, well done nabbing him. Jake, your dad did all right with this fella, didn't he?
Well, I was just thinking there's probably quite a disappointed breeder somewhere here, because, looking at this fella by Blue Point, who's standing for just shy of 100,000. So after he would have been a bit less at production time, but after you factored in the rearing costs, the sales entries, the travel, the appreciation of the mare, etc., and knowing that Blue Points in the marketplace were making in the millions. I mean, there were Blue Points that were making 1 million guineas this last week in Newmarket. To have bought him for 160 is remarkable. I mean, he's so hot, the stallion. He's such an important sire line, the Shamadal aspect of it all. And this physical is, I think he's an absolute machine looking at him. Very well balanced as well, and he's got to develop wither. Quite often, big horses, the last thing they develop is the wither, and if you want them to be 2-year-olds, they need to be fully formed and have had that growing behind them, and you can see his withers very well pronounced. He's nice and balanced, so actually he's probably done quite a lot of his growing already. And yeah, I would think as a breeder, you'd be hoping a horse like this would be making a lot of money. And I think although it's expensive, he looks like good value and a cracking colt.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, best of luck with him, George.
Cool.
Fingers crossed. And on we go. There we go. A few shares left in him. If you'd like one, 18,350 a share, just a 15-share syndicate. Now, our last syndicate, not quite our last horse, as I'll explain. We've got one right at the end who's not in your book. Here's a very important filly that William Haggis will train, and she is a daughter of none other than See the Stars. And there are just 12 shares in this syndicate, just under 25,000 a share. This syndicate is fully subscribed. As soon as people saw this See the Stars, they wanted to know where she was going. She cost 190,000, so she was only going to one place. And in William Haggis, of course, the master of training offspring of See the Stars. William trained Baid, champion, and he trained Sea of Class, who of course won the Irish Oaks and the Yorkshire Oaks, was second in the Arc. And Johnny, this filly, I mean, See the Stars, we really cannot be more sort of bow down and be humble, because he is a remarkable stallion, sire, the Arc winner this year, Darry's. But this filly is out of a stakes winner, half sister to a stakes placed and group placed performer from a wonderful family, and she looks just how you'd hope a See the Stars might look.
Yes, it was nearly a first that after we bought her, most breeders come up and say, thank you very much, you bought a very nice horse, or what have you. The chap that sold this came up and shouted at us, saying, you've stolen that filly, you've got her, I can't believe she only made 190,000. Well, of course, it's still a fortune. But a See the Stars, he's so unique. Not only did he win the Arc and capable of producing Arc horses, it's just remarkable what he's been able to do. His dam won the Arc. This filly has everything you'd want in a racehorse. She's got the scope. I would be surprised if William doesn't able to ask her to do much until the end of her 2-year-old career. If they're very good, they do it in spite of themselves. But she's all about being a classic 3-year-old type. She's got class, style, everything about her. And the bit we can't see is in the brain. And the more I do it, the more I put the emphasis on knowing that's the thing that can either let us down or help us to find good horses. If they've got the will for it, you're halfway there. They've all got the physique. It's the brain that really matters, and they really want to do it. And See the Stars offspring, they're triers. They really want to do it. And this filly, really, she speaks for herself, really. But couldn't really believe that we were going to buy a See the Stars filly on our budget. But the system seemed to work again, and we got lucky.
Well, William, I saw a stat which says that you've trained over 50 winners by the sire in the last 5 years.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've had plenty.
Are they all coming to you?
I've had plenty.
Well, the great thing is you do know what they need, and they do need a bit of time, obviously, and that's a given.
Yeah. They do need time,
Yeah.
but they are remarkable if you allow them to be, and it's a generalisation, but he's a world-class sire who has a remarkable record, and we've had a lot, but we've been very lucky with him.
I think I
And
love about this
chestnuts.
filly is just take her for another walk, David, please. She's got such a proper beam on her.
Yeah,
Good.
that's
good.
asked to you and I. But she has a great bottom and a lot of power there, and a gorgeous filly, really lovely filly. So let's hope, as you said before, no one knows what goes on in their brain, but she looks to have a wonderful temperament and a good physical.
Well, best of luck with her. Fingers crossed. That syndicate at the moment is fully subscribed, but people do change after the parades. They might prefer something else. So if you are interested, obviously go and talk to to Charlie afterwards. But thanks, David.
Can I just say what a good job you've done, Harry, this year once again. But these are some beautiful horses, and you got the old man out who'd retired a few years ago, and he stepped into the breach at the 11th hour, grumbled his way around book 1 and book 2, and he's done a fantastic job. He's still got it, despite his age. Well done.
He certainly has. And John left on an early flight, also the night before that I went to Ireland. So when his first day of looking, it was weather like this, first morning. And my plane was late, and I've been working with so long, I thought, I can't bear it, I'm going to get a terrible bollocking. I mean, I was like a sort of little kid, thinking, oh no. Well, so when I arrived, it was lunchtime, clear blue skies, and a furious Johnny Warren. Where have you been? But this is something very different. Let me explain about this horse. This is an exciting horse. This horse is called Alcarath. Now, Al Donald buys a lot of our proven horses, if we have a proven horse for Australia or here or wherever. And this horse was owned and is trained by Alan King. And it's an interesting one because the horse is bought for Hong Kong by the Hong Kong Jockey Club. This horse costed $280,000 as a yearling by acclamation. He got a minor problem, but he got a problem before he got on the plane. They get on the plane early in their 3-year-old year. So imagine they're on this pre-training. And if they don't get on the plane for a reason like that, or lame or off, that's it. They don't get on the plane, they don't go to Hong Kong. So Alan got him, and he was 4th on his debut. He was then 2nd, and then he was a very, very impressive winner. Alan, come on down and just talk to us about him, because he won at Epsom, his most recent start, by 8 lengths, beating the Gosden odds-on shot in a remarkable time. He's got 100p time form. He's got 100 speed figure for that last race, Alan. Phenomenal, exciting.
Yeah, an official mark of 90 as well on that back of that run. So, we've just been delighted. He's been learning all the time. Ross Orion rode him at Epsom. He was very impressed with him that day. That was 1.25 miles. We'd probably stick at that trip at the minute, but he thought as he sort of matured and gained experience, you could actually probably bring him back to the mile. Got a lot of speed in his pedigree. And I think the plan is possibly to give him one more run this season. He could have an entry at Newbury on Saturday, 1.25 mile handicap, or there's a novice at Redcar the following week. But it would be only one more run this season and then put him away and look forward to him as a 4-year-old.
He's... it is incredible. I mean, I launched this horse, so a lot of you would have seen the launch and the video of him winning at Epsom, which was like extraordinary because he kept quickening. He quickened and then he quickened again and again. And hence that remarkable time he did in softish ground. He's got a great physique, but it is all about next year, isn't it, really? And beyond, hopefully.
Yeah, and beyond. But yes, I think he's a horse that'll, you'll strengthen, as you can see, over the winter, and a lot to look forward to, we think.
Yeah, very excited. Just, I think I've literally only a handful of shares left in him. 13,700 a share. It's a 20-share syndicate. By acclamation, wonderful. Let's talk about depth of shoulder. There's a horse with plenty of depth and a very good pedigree too. He's a full brother to Orme, who won the Horace Hill, and he's all set and ready to roll, possibly, as I say, at Newbury next weekend. But if funds allow, a very exciting prospect as a 4-year-old next year, and hopefully as a 5-year-old as well, where of course there's so many international races, all sorts of races, hopefully at big festival meetings.
Like to think so.
Yeah, thanks very much. Best of luck with him. So if you want something proven, that's one to add to basket. Alcarath. So look, thank you so much everyone for bearing up with sound issues, rain pouring down, but the yearlings, honestly, they paraded beautifully, and can't be more grateful to Jake and his team who have just come back off this really busy time. So Alex has got a rather large bottle of champagne to give them, and I know you show your appreciation for the fantastic team at the stud here. due to the inclement weather, for those of you who want to have a word with Charlie, Charlie is here and she will be undercover. I want everyone in that marquee or wherever, you'll find her there to talk to about what you'd like and if you want to add to basket or change or whatever. She is the only person to talk to about that because she has all the figures in front of her. But I think you'll agree, there's a beautiful group of yearlings. I mean, seriously exciting. It's hard to go on saying, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, but they really are special. And they're by some really exciting sires. So thank you again. For those of you who can see them in their boxes, as always, health and safety, be careful. And then head on down to the marquee for a magnificent luncheon and champagne reception. Thank you very much.
God, fucking hell. What? What's that?